The passion flower is one of the most stunning, exotic-looking flowers. The resulting passion fruits have an amazing aroma and a sweet tropical flavor. I first planted mine 7 years ago, and since that time, they've grown. After releasing my carpenter bee video, some viewers were suddenly interested in this beautiful vine. If you're thinking about growing passion fruits, there's something that you really need to know. I figured this out a little too late, but fortunately I was able to correct my problem. First though, let's talk about Passifloras. The type of passion fruit vine that I'm growing is the Passiflora Incarnata. This is an herbaceous perennial vine. It is a prolific producer of these gorgeous flowers. As mentioned in my previous video, the carpenter bee is an excellent pollinator for this flower. Bumblebees are helpful too. Of course, the flower provides nectar and pollen to plenty of other insects, including our beloved honeybees. When the flowers are properly pollinated, you can expect to get these wonderful passion fruits. The variety that I have produces unassuming green fruit, but once they're ripe, they emit this sweet, enticing smell. The skin on the fruit is very delicate and easy to tear. I just give it a pinch and then open it up to reveal the squishy, gelatinous flesh. The seeds are rather hard, so I don't even try to crunch on them. I just swish the fruit around in my mouth and swallow the pulp, seeds and all. When are the fruits ripe? That can be hard to tell. A fruit that feels heavy for its size might seem ripe, but it merely had good fruit set. The skin on the fruit starts to turn lighter green, getting more of a yellow cast. With this variety, the pulp gets a slight amber hue before the flavor and sweetness reach their peak. When they're like this, I know they're ready. For me, it's easiest to simply let them drop from the vine. I never pick mine directly. If you want to grow passion fruit vines, you need to select one that's hardy for your zone. Some are more tropical or subtropical in their cold tolerance, but that's why I love the Passiflora Incarnata. You have this luxuriant, tropical-looking vine surviving quite well here in Western PA, Zone 6. There's conflicting information about the zone hardiness, but you can easily find that the plant will grow as low as USDA Zone 5. As exotic as the Passifloras look, some people are amazed to find out that they are native to the US. A quick search can reveal a fairly broad native range in the southeastern states. This study revealed even better data, showing spots where the plants have been found in nature. So this is a lovely, unique plant, and for many of us, it's even a native. That doesn't mean it's perfect, of course, but I'll get to that. This is definitely a heat-loving plant. I grow it on the south-facing edge of my lot. It needs plenty of full sun exposure if you hope to get lots of flowers. For me, the plant dies down to the ground every season after hard frost. Then in the spring, it takes its time before waking up. If you've read my book about the cardinal growth parameters for plants, then you know all about the root zone temperature. And passion fruit vines like to wait until the soil has warmed up quite a bit. Where I am, the vine is only just emerging in mid to late May. But once it gets going, look out. This year I extended the fence trellis, and the vine used every bit of it. This is a good time to warn you about something that I've seen reported on the infallible internet. There's quite the echo chamber of sources claiming this plant is highly or extremely flammable. I've seen no formal studies or research to support that claim. I'd love to know where that info originated from. With a cinder block garage and a metal roof in an area that is not prone to wildfires, I'm not too worried. I suspect that the old, dead foliage would be the biggest concern. But my fence gets cleaned and stripped down at the end of each season. This is all fresh, green growth. Still though, I was curious. How flammable is this thing? Do passifloras contain some sort of ignitable, volatile compounds? Certainly, the fresh green shoots are not quick to light up. But hey, if you have fire concerns from vegetation, then it's best to keep all plants away from your structures, not just the ones that are reported to be flammable. If I'm not overly concerned about fire hazard, then what's my big issue with this plant? It spreads aggressively. Many will describe it as being invasive. Technically, the USDA does not consider any plant that is a native to be an invasive, but my non-native hardy kiwi is much easier to control than my passionfruit vine. The plant sends out a long-reaching network of roots. They run below the soil surface and send up suckers. These aren't just a few minor annoyances. I was getting shoots coming up 30 feet away from where I first planted this vine. This is crazy. I'm in my garage right now with the passionfruit vine growing right on the other side of this window, and look at this. This vine found its way through the crack between the slab and the blocks. Last year, I had a root that traveled 13 feet under the concrete slab and emerged at the base of the opposite wall. So the passionfruit vine has wonderfully filled the length of this fence, but it clearly wasn't going to stop. I realized that this could be a good choke point, so I dug down 14 inches and placed some thick plastic as a rhizome barrier. So far, that stopped its advance. But it was also popping up all through this bed, and even over here. So I dug an 8-foot trench, 24 inches down, more plastic, and the roots have been stopped. For now. I love this vine, and I'm so glad I got it, but I didn't realize what I was in for. Yes, the plant is native to my state, but it's the most invasively growing thing on my lot. So be sure to factor this in if you want to try it out. I hope you enjoyed this info. Thanks for watching. Thanks to all of you who checked out my book. And as always, guys, I'd like to wish you happy gardening.